episode 578 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. This huge pro wrestling weekend is now in full swing. On this Friday night, gonna be talking all about WWE WrestleMania Smackdown, the WWE 2024 Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor pay-per-view, as we are in full gear for this huge WrestleMania weekend, this huge pro wrestling weekend, because we're just getting started right here, right now. 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hello, wrestling fanatics. We welcome to another episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic on this huge pro wrestling / WrestleMania weekend. I know WrestleMania, of course, the biggest event of this weekend, but like I have said on the podcast before, is recently this kind of has become almost more of just a weekend for all pro wrestling in general, not just WWE. But speaking of WWE, definitely have a lot of WWE to talk about tonight. Friday night Smackdown, WrestleMania Smackdown, the go home of Smackdown before WrestleMania this weekend. And right after Smackdown tonight was the 2024 induction ceremony of the WWE Hall of Fame. And also, tonight was Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, on Honor Club was tonight as well. I'm going to start off talking about Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. But before I get into the recaps, I just want to say that I did watch both, definitely, at the same time. But I kind of paid a little more attention to Supercard of Honor, because I had that on the TV and was watching Smackdown and part of the Hall of Fame ceremony tonight on my phone. So I saw Smackdown, but just might have missed maybe just a little bit, maybe a few things. Just wanted you to know that. And then, like I said, half the Hall of Fame ceremony, and then as Supercard of Honor was over, I started watching on Peacock on my TV. Just wanted to say that first, so in case for the Smackdown recap I miss a couple things. And let's get started talking about Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, which was live from Philadelphia at the Lacrosse Center. I think that's how you pronounce it. At Temple University. Our commentators for tonight, Ian Riccaboni, Caprice Coleman, and joining Ian and Caprice for tonight, Nigel McGuinness on commentary. So we had a 3-man team tonight, which normally I usually say I do like a 2-man team better than 3, but these 3 do work very well together, and I thought that they were great on the pay-per-view tonight. All 3 of them, they just meshed really well, and really good commentary tonight. Let's get right into it. We start off with a championship match for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Kyle Fletcher defending against Big Shotty Lee Johnson. Really good opener in this one. Of course, Kyle Fletcher, a part of the Don Callis family, which I was kind of a little surprised, but Don Callis was not on Supercard of Honor tonight. Just Kyle Fletcher going into this match solo on his own. Awesome match. And it is Kyle Fletcher getting the win in this one, defeating Lee Johnson to retain the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. 19 minutes, 49 seconds. And then next is the Stardom Showcase, which is a trios match. And after the match, we see Tony Storm come out, champagne, give him a toast. And next up, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships are on the line. The Infantry challenging the Kingdom, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. And really impressed by the infantry in this one. I just want to say, if you really haven't seen much of them, they compete on Ring of Honor, on Honor Club, with Trish Adora, also kind of like a trio there. Like I always say, I definitely recommend you check out Honor Club, even if you just try it for 1 month. Like I said this morning on Good Morning Wrestling Fans, now might be the best time to, because the premium live events tonight, Supercard of Honor, is included in your subscription for no extra charge. So you really should check that out if you are a wrestling fan. And really good match here. And one thing I forgot to mention is they had the runway ramp, even with the ring, which we haven't really seen in a little bit, other than when AEW's been at Daily's Place. And there's a table set up by Matt Taven, who ends up going through that table. But then from the crowd, the Kingdom's fellow Undisputed Kingdom teammate Wardlow comes in, and Handful of Tights too, I believe. And the Kingdom defeat the Infantry to retain the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Really good match, though. They made the Infantry, in my opinion, look really good. And it took Wardlow coming in, giving the assist to Taven and Bennett to win this match and retain the titles. The Ring of Honor World Women's Television Championship, the finals of the tournament, tonight, right here on Supercard of Honor. It is Billy Stark's Dominion in training, taking on Queen Amanada. Both of these two great wrestlers have bright futures ahead of them, both of them. Good match here. At one point, looks like Billy Starks suffered a very serious injury, which could have been a neck injury. As you know, very serious. And they brought out the EMTs, they put a neck brace on her, and they kept cutting to the commentators over at the announce desk, and it looked like I was hoping that this was a work. I remember thinking during this match, because the way they sold it, it definitely looked like this was a shoot. But they go to help Billy Starks out of the ring. Queen Amanada even looking worried. She goes to hold the ropes so they could get Billy Starks out of the ring. But it was all a ruse. She was playing possum. Was not hurt at all. Billy Starks, this heel character, learning from Athena, playing dirty, but getting the win and becoming the first ever inaugural Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion. Queen Amanada, definitely wouldn't doubt if we see her hold that title one day, or the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship one day, either title. But I feel right now that the right decision was to put the title on Billy Starks right now. She's got a lot of momentum. I know she's been associated with Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. And is she still Ring of Honor World Champion? We will talk about that match in just a little bit, though. So once again, the first ever Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, Billy Starks. In the Ring of Honor, 6-man tag team championships are defended. The Bang Bang Gang, Switchblade Jay White and the Guns, Austin and Colton, they come out and they put out an open challenge. Anybody that wants to come out and face them for those 6-man titles. And first, we get 2 superstars come out. The Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer, and Alex Zane. Just 2 of them come out at first, but there is a 3rd member of this team, and they challenge for the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team championships. And that third member, that third partner, is none other than Minoru Suzuki, which, great match here, I thought. And Jay White gets the pin on Alexander. So, bang, bang, gang, still the Ring of Honor World 6-man Tag Team Champions. 15 minutes, 24 seconds. Next up is the Fight Without Honor. Dalton Castle taking on Johnny TV. Dalton Castle coming out with some new boys. Quite a few boys, actually, not just two like before. Quite a few boys. And Johnny TV in his corner, his wife Taya Valkyrie. Which, this match, pretty brutal, don't get me wrong. But I wouldn't say it was really that great. Good match, but I don't know why, but for some reason I really couldn't get into it. But I did like one spot that was in this match. Dalton Castle, Johnny TV out on the floor, and the boys started just running in the ring, and then one after another, Dalton Castle threw him out to the floor onto Johnny TV. And Ian Riccaboni even said on commentary, "You get a boy, and you get a boy." He just kept throwing him out. Which, that was a spot during the match that I thought was pretty neat. And to finish these, Dalton Castle hit the bangerang on Johnny TV on the thumbtacks to get the win. 21 minutes, 49 seconds. Next up, the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship is on the line. The self-proclaimed forever Ring of Honor champion, the fallen goddess Athena, defending against former AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida. Really good match here. This definitely got the "This is awesome" chant from the crowd there in Philadelphia. I really enjoyed this match. And it is Athena retaining 22 minutes, 45 seconds. So still your Ring of Honor Women's World Champion is Athena. So the MITs, the Minions, they got the Women's Gold in Ring of Honor. Athena, the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. Billy Starks, the Women's World Television Champion. And I did mention that this morning on Good Morning Wrestling Fans. But I was wrong about one of the things I thought about, and that was where Billy Starks won the TV title, but Athena lost the Women's World Championship. So kind of, start some dissension between the two. But Athena's still the Women's World Champion. And time for the main event of the evening for tonight's Supercard of Honor is for the Ring of Honor World Championship. And the champion, the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, defending against Mark Briscoe. I talked about this on Good Morning Wrestling Fans, how they've been talking about And they've been mentioning that today, on this very date, was the 11-year anniversary of Mark's brother Jay Briscoe winning the Ring of Honor World Championship. I thought this was going to be a great match. Looking forward to it. Big fan of Eddie Kingston. Big fan of Mark Briscoe. And let me tell you, I wasn't wrong. It did not disappoint. Great main event. I thought Mark Briscoe busted open. Was a bloody mess in this one. But in the end, it is Mark Briscoe defeating Eddie Kingston to become the new Ring of Honor World Championship. Post-match, we see Papa Briscoe come out to celebrate. Jay Lethal, other members of the Ring of Honor roster come out to celebrate with Mark Briscoe. And, of course, Eddie Kingston does show respect to Mark Briscoe, which you would expect. And 24 minutes, 23 seconds. That was tonight's Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor Premium Live event on Honor Club. Great pay-per-view here. Had some really good wrestling. And out of all the matches on the show tonight, the only one, I wouldn't really say I was that down on it either. It just wasn't really my favorite match of the night. And that was the Fight Without Honor, Johnny TV and Dalton Castle. Still a good match though, even though it wasn't my favorite one. So overall, I'd give it 8.5 ring bells out of 10. Yes, I'm trying to bring back my rating systems for matches and shows. And hopefully I'll start rating matches too. And so overall, very good pay-per-view tonight from Ring of Honor. I definitely recommend checking it out. I know I sound like a broken record talking about Honor Club all the time, but I definitely recommend that you check out Honor Club, especially if you just have it for a month. The pay-per-views, or premium live events, I should say, are included in your Honor Club subscription. And now let's go on over to not till next year, to Fox and watch WWE Friday Night Smackdown. Talk about Friday Night Smackdown. I've already watched it. Like I said, during Smackdown tonight, I watched it, but wasn't really 100% focused on Smackdown. Watching on my iPhone and had Supercard of Honor on the Roku TV. But Smackdown was live from tonight, from Philadelphia. Our commentators tonight, Corey Graves and Wade Barrett. And we start things off with the Kevin Owens show with Randy Orton, and then we saw Logan Paul get involved, and later on as well there's more interaction of the three. And we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which was won by Big Bronson Reed. Sorry about that. Again, I wouldn't say real tired, but a little bit. It's 1:29 right now, so not too late. But back to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Big Bronson Reed getting the win. The other superstars in this match: Cedric Alexander, Ashante Adonis, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson, both members of Pretty Deadly. Cameron Grimes, Veer Sangha, the Creed brothers, Ivar Otis, Akira Tozawa, J.D. McDonough, and even Apollo Crews we have seen in the Andre the Giant Memorial. Ricochet, Chad Gable, Shinsuke Nakamura, Omos, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Jinder Mahal, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro. It was alright. It was just there. Wouldn't really say anything that special. Bronson Reed getting the win. And hate to say it because it is named after Andre the Giant, but it means nothing. Especially the last few years now. Not even on WrestleMania. It's on WrestleMania Smackdown, the Go Home episode of Smackdown before Mania. And it's just really fun. Not that it was anything that major, but at least the first couple years, it did mean a little more. Definitely more than it means now. Which is a shame, because this could be bigger. This could be huge, even for a title shot. I don't know if you would exactly make it similar to Money in the Bank, but you could have a title shot at stake. And just to make it more, it actually means something. Instead of just, like I said, just on the Go Home episode of SmackDown before WrestleMania. And we have Elektra Lopez defeating Zelina Vega. And New Catch Republic Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate defeat Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Just want to mention them real quick. Theory and Waller. There was some talk about them maybe being pulled from the six-pack Challenger match for the WWE Tag Team Championships, but that did not happen. As of right now, they're still in the match. And in the main event of Friday Night SmackDown, we have Jey Uso defeating Solo Sikoa via disqualification. And then after the match, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and Jey Uso getting some revenge. Jey Uso hitting the splash on his brother Jimmy. And they used the weight belt on Jimmy Uso after the main event tonight. And unfortunately, I accidentally just stopped the video for the video version of the podcast. So the whole version is right here on Spreaker right now. If you're listening on Spreaker, which hopefully you are. So if you go to the YouTube channel for 360 Wrestling Podcast, and you notice why the video version of this episode is cut off, now you know why. And now on to the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And we have, to be honest, I was actually kind of surprised that they inducted Paul Heyman first. I thought he was going to be the headliner of this year's, but he was first. And we have Roman Reigns inducting the Wise Man, which, of course, ECW was mentioned. You knew it would be, but he did a very good speech. And he even brought out his black coat, his ECW hat, the headset. Very good speech. Also, we have Bull Nakano, Muhammad Ali, which his wife was there to accept, Thunderbolt Patterson, who was inducted by the New Day. All three members of the New Day, too. Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E. And then The Rock inducted his grandmother, Leah Maivia, which I thought we were going to get a speech from The Rock's mother, but they just showed her in the crowd. And that was the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony on Peacock, which just wrapped up a little over 30 minutes ago. It is now 1:36 a.m. And this weekend is far from over. Tomorrow we have WrestleMania Saturday Night 1. And 11:30 tomorrow night, AEW Collision. And then, of course, Sunday night 2 of WrestleMania 40. Gonna try to be on both nights. Just not sure what time I will be on for 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight, listening wherever you may be in the world. In the comment section, let me know what you thought about tonight's episode of Smackdown, the Hall of Fame, and Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. And if you watched it, AEW Rampage, I forgot to mention that I can watch 2 shows at once, but 3, that might be a little harder. So I have not yet seen Rampage. I will definitely try to check it out as soon as I am able to. But for now, gonna wrap up this episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, episode 578. Once again, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening tonight. I appreciate everyone who listens to any of the 360 Wrestling podcasts. I will be back tomorrow morning for Good Morning Wrestling Fans, where I will preview tomorrow's night 1 of WrestleMania 40. And join me tomorrow night for 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Just not sure what time exactly I will be on. Hopefully will not be too late, so hope you all can join me tomorrow night as well. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Hope you enjoy WrestleMania tomorrow. Until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.